Ramadan Kareem everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ramadan Spotlights, where we'll be showing you how to add a special touch to your Ramadan experience in another great episode. Stay tuned, we'll be right back. Let's talk spiritually. Life coach Zahra Al-Amir has some words she'd like to share on the essence of Ramadan.
I'm sure you are enjoying each moment of Ramadan, continuing your awareness journey and living in peace and serenity. Today, I want to take you to a scene beside the sea, and I can't stop myself from talking about the waves. Waves are so much like us. They just have a much shorter lifespan. Here and there, they rise and show up, seemingly separated from the rest of the waves, and then they return to the ocean from which they came from. We are spirits having a human experience, show up in this world, seemingly separated from the rest of it all, and we tend to spend our lives blissfully unaware of our inseparable bond to the whole. If we could only see it, this unifying connectedness that permeates all of creation, if we could only hear it and the perfection of the sounds that surrounds us, if we could only feel it, the unwavering feeling of wholeness, unification, and peace that's borderline overwhelming at first, all of it leading us to the scene of knowing that we were never ever alone, that we were always loved and supported, that we are a meaningful part of the whole. Life would be a very different experience for us. We wouldn't identify ourselves with our bodies so much, and we would live in the world full of cooperation and joy. We wouldn't be so scared, and we would see other people as part of ourselves, one living organism called humanity. We would be far more compassionate, open to serve and help one another. Something to think about, I guess. And while you do that, I'm sending you much love and gratitude, as preparing for Ramadan spiritually can be done first by remembering that we are part of all. Our spirits are whole and we come from the same source. We can be available for each other at any time.
Craving something savory for iftar? Let's join Four Seasons chef de cuisine Sohaib Umar for a special dish.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Ramadan Kareem. I'm Chef Sohaib from Four Seasons Hotel, Bahrain Bay. I would love to introduce today for you one traditional dish from Levant cuisine, basically from Jordan and Palestine. So we're speaking about maklouba dish. Maklouba is a traditional dish from Palestine, basically Palestine and Jordan and Syria, Iraq. Also, it's different ingredients what they use from each country. It's like in Iraq they like to use the saffrons. In Gulf countries they use saffron. In Levant it's different a little bit. Basically, it's just the spices, which is salt, black pepper, mixed spices. Basically, it's a rice dish cooked with chicken, original dish. So basically, the ingredients, it will be fried eggplant, it will be fried cauliflower, some flavors for the chicken when you boil it. Chicken has to go 2 steps actually. When you need to first boil it, cook it, and make sure it's cooked like 90%, and then the 10% you finish it with the frying oil just to give it more flavor and make it crispy because you're going to mix it with the rice. Maklouba dish actually, it's layered eggplant with cauliflower and rice mixed all together with the spices and cooked in the chicken stock, or let's say chicken broth. First step, we need to wash the rice and soak it for like 1 hour. We add the water. We need to wash it actually. This is rice, it's pre-washed, but I like to soak it more in the water and to make sure that first step is ready. And we keep it on the side until you prepare the other dish, the other ingredients, which is we start with the chicken. Immediately we have some cinnamon stick, we have bay leaves, dry lemon or dry lime, and cardamom whole. We just put it for flavor and to give more flavor to the chicken. We finish the chicken until 90% to be cooked here in the water with cardamom, bay leaves, cinnamon stick, and dry lime. So it's 90% you give it here, and then you deep fry it. It's like for 10% to finish the product. Then we have the pot to arrange our layers, the rice with eggplant, with cauliflower. So basically we wait the chicken, the rice is already soaked. So we need actually to start to strain. And we do the ingredients, how we will mix the rice. Exactly, so after straining the rice from the full water, so we'll turn it to the same pot. You can use the same pot back. You can use long grain rice or short rice like the Egyptian rice or Arabic rice, basically what we use normally. You start mix the rice with the spices, which is mixed spice, 5 spices or 7 spices, but make sure it's not the Chinese one because it has the flavor more sweet than the Arabic one, which is give you the sourness in the same time. By mixed spices, you can use 2 spoons for 1 kilo of rice, and then you add little bit salt, you need to be careful when you put the salt slowly. You can add, but you cannot remove if you put the salt more so. And then we add the black pepper, little bit turmeric, and we mix it very well to go with the ingredients. And we have little bit corn oil to add for the fatty part of the rice. Some people, they're using more in the water, they add some spices to have more flavor for the rice. But I prefer you just marinate the rice, keep it on the side, just for like 10 minutes. And then you start to arrange your layers of eggplant. Then you start with cauliflower, rice, chicken, and you cover it fully with rice. And then you make sure your chicken is really cooked nicely and just arrange properly in the pot. Okay, we have the chicken cooked now already, so we need to take it out and just keep it out of water, a little bit to dry, because we're going to fry it actually, deep fried, so it's going to be inside the oil. So after we take the chicken, we need this water, chicken broth or the water of the chicken, to use it for the rice when we cook all the ingredients together. So we need to get the oil here. After we boil the chicken 90%, we can actually start deep frying the chicken. So we need the oil hot like that just to give it more color faster. The chicken is cooked already. Maybe it's 180, 160 degrees. You can keep the chicken at this temperature, normal temperature. Then we fry slowly on the time. Then we get our pot and we start to make the layer step by step. So as what we spoke before about the items is the fried eggplant, the fried cauliflower. You can fry it in advance and just keep it. See, the tomato is optional. I just put it for more garnish on the dish. You can see it's like color, and it will give more texture also. So the layers will start like that. Basically, you start with the eggplant, and then you arrange your eggplant in the pot. See, can be layer, can be sliced, can be round, can be cube. It's the flavors will stay the same. I just put it in my way as a garnish, and to look much better. When you turn up, it's upside down. It's makluba. It's mean upside down actually in Arabic, which is a very famous dish, rich of flavors, spices, Arabic spices. As you can see, it's just the first layer is gone, so we can add little bit of cauliflower around on the side middle, and you start with your rice on the sides, and you make it a nice layer. You make sure all the gaps and the space out of air, and to allow the water coming down to the rice again. And then we have our fried chicken. We boil it, and you can hear it is still really crispy, upside down like that. And again, if you want to cover them with eggplant, that's also other option for you, optional. And then again, cauliflower. And again, we have the rice. I'm sure you remember how we marinate the rice. Mix the spices, black pepper, salt, little bit corn oil, or you can use the ghee. It's a matter of fat. You need to add it there, and some turmeric. So that's the layer, what you need exactly to do as makluba dish. We put the last layer of the rice, okay, and we transfer it to cook directly in the pot. And we have very rich flavor chicken stock actually to add it on the rice. You need to make you should drain it. It's out of this whole spices, and you sprinkle on the rice slowly, full of flavor, full of spices. You start with high heat for 3 to 4 minutes, and as we know, all the standard of the rice is 20 minutes to cook, other 15 minutes in a slow fire, really. And you cover it. If you have a pot with cover, works. If you can cover it also with aluminum foil, that also works. After 20 minutes, for sure our rice is cooked and is ready. So the way of makluba, the traditional way, and this is what I'm going to do. That's why they call it makluba. We put the pot here, and we just turn it over. One time, big shot. You just turn it over and put it here. You make sure all is going down as what we said. That's the layer, what comes out. It's fine, something stuck here, that's cool. And the garnishes is optional for the nuts. You can use cashew nuts, almond hull, pine seed, and little sprinkle of parsley around, and you can see the dish is ready. You can eat it actually served with some yogurt on the side, some Arabic salads. Enjoy. It's our dish. Stay home. Ramadan Kareem. صحتين وعافية.
The holy month of Ramadan is a great time for self-reflection and self-discipline. With that in mind, here are some examples. The 5 pillars of Islam include Shahada, which is the declaration of belief in one true God, praying 5 times daily facing Mecca, fasting during Ramadan, Zakat, giving to the poor, and Hajj, a pilgrimage to Mecca at least once in their life. Despite the exemptions to fasting during Ramadan, such as illness or medical conditions, many Muslims will persist with fasting because of their spiritual needs. If one is not able to fast due to traveling or sickness, they may break the fast and compensate another day after Ramadan. Children are not obligated to fast during Ramadan, not until they have reached puberty, but some practice in order to prepare for adult participation. And that's all for today, but be sure to catch us on another episode of Ramadan Spotlights tomorrow, same time. Have a blessed time and a wonderful evening. Goodbye.